everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever felt that pressure to be someone you're not, just to fit in or get ahead? You see these super successful people, and you think, I need to be just like them. So you start copying their habits, their style, even the way they talk. But after a while, you look in the mirror and barely recognize the person staring back. You feel lost. If that sounds familiar, you're in the right place. Today, we'll be talking about something super important: how to shine brightly and achieve your goals without losing the very essence of who you are. It's a classic trap, isn't it? We're constantly bombarded with images of the perfect life on social media, in movies, and in magazines. We're told to hustle harder, be more like this successful person, or follow these 10 steps to guaranteed success. And while there's nothing wrong with having role models or learning from others, there is a huge difference between being inspired by someone and trying to become a carbon copy of them. Inspiration should fuel your own journey, not replace it. Trying to live someone else's life is like trying to wear shoes that are 2 sizes too small. It might look okay from a distance, but it's painful, unsustainable, and you'll never be able to run your own race in them. The first step to shining as your authentic self is to actually know who that self is. It sounds simple, but how many of us have really taken the time to figure it out? We're so busy doing, we forget about being. So, I want you to grab a journal or open a notes app. Let's do a little self-discovery. Ask yourself, what are my core values? What truly matters to me more than anything else? Is it honesty, creativity, compassion, freedom? Write down the first 5 that come to mind. Next, what are you genuinely passionate about? Not what you think you should be passionate about, but the things that make you lose track of time. Maybe it's painting, coding, hiking, or helping animals. What activities make you feel alive and energized? And finally, what are your unique strengths? We all have them. Are you a great listener? A natural problem solver? Do you have a weirdly amazing ability to organize chaotic closets? Write it all down. This list isn't just a bunch of words. It's your personal compass. It's the foundation of your authentic self. Once you have a clearer picture of who you are, the next step is to define what success actually means to you. Society has a very narrow definition of success, usually involving a lot of money, a fancy title, and a big house. But does that definition light a fire in your soul? Maybe for you, success is having the freedom to travel the world. Maybe it's mastering a new skill, building a loving family, or making a positive impact in your local community. Your definition of success should align with your values and passions, not someone else's. When your goals are authentically yours, the motivation to achieve them comes from a much deeper, more powerful place. You're not just chasing a goal. You're living your purpose. This intrinsic motivation is what will keep you going when things get tough, long after the superficial desire for external validation has faded away. Now, let's talk about the shining part. How do you put yourself out there and make your mark on the world? The key is to leverage your uniqueness, not hide it. Think about the most memorable and successful people you know. They aren't memorable because they were just like everyone else. They're memorable because they were unapologetically themselves. Steve Jobs wasn't trying to be Bill Gates. Taylor Swift isn't trying to be Beyonce. They built their empires by leaning into what made them different. So, look back at your list of strengths and passions. How can you combine them in a way that's unique to you? Maybe you're a compassionate person who's also great at coding. You could create an app that helps connect volunteers with local charities. Maybe you're a hilarious storyteller with a passion for history. You could start a podcast that makes history fun and accessible. Your unique combination of traits and interests is your superpower. That's your secret sauce. Don't dilute it by trying to fit into a pre-made mold. Of course, being your authentic self in a world that often pushes for conformity can be scary. You might worry about judgment or rejection. People might not get you at first, and that's okay. This is where setting healthy boundaries becomes crucial. Boundaries are not about shutting people out. They're about protecting your energy and your sense of self. It means learning to say no to things that do not align with your values or drain your energy. It means choosing to spend your time with people who lift you up and accept you for who you are, not people who try to change you. Your circle of friends and collaborators should be your cheerleading squad, not your board of critics. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your quirks and support your unique vision. This support system will be your anchor when you feel yourself starting to drift. It's also important to remember that authenticity isn't about being perfect. It's about being real. Real people have flaws. They make mistakes, and they have bad days. Part of shining as yourself is embracing your imperfections. It is about having the courage to be vulnerable and to admit when you do you and have all the answers. In fact, people connect more with realness than they do with perfection. Think about your favorite creators or public figures. Isn't it refreshing when they share their struggles and not just their highlight reels? That vulnerability builds trust and creates a genuine connection. So, don't be afraid to show the messy parts of your journey. Your story, with all its ups and downs, is what makes you relatable and inspiring. Your scars can become a source of light for others who are walking a similar path. Another powerful tool for staying true to yourself is a regular practice of reflection. Life moves fast, and it's easy to get swept up in the current and lose your bearings. Set aside a little time each week, maybe just 15 minutes on a Sunday evening to check in with yourself. Look back at your week. When did you feel most like yourself? When did you feel like you were putting on a mask? What drained your energy? What replenished it? This simple practice of self-awareness helps you stay connected to your inner compass. It allows you to make small course corrections along the way, ensuring that the person you are becoming is a person you are proud of. It's like recalibrating your GPS. You're still heading toward your destination, but you're making sure you're on the path that feels right for you. And finally, be patient and compassionate with yourself. Discovering and living as your authentic self is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong journey. You will evolve. Your passions might change, and your definition of success might shift. That's not losing yourself. That's growth. The goal is to stay connected to your core values while allowing yourself the flexibility to grow and change. There'll be times when you stumble, when you fall back into old habits of comparison or people-pleasing. When that happens, don't beat yourself up. Just gently guide yourself back to your path. Treat yourself with the same kindness and encouragement you would offer a dear friend. So, to recap, know yourself by identifying your values, passions, and strengths. Define your own version of success that aligns with who you are. Leverage your uniqueness as your greatest asset. Set healthy boundaries to protect your energy. Embrace your imperfections and be vulnerable. And practice regular self-reflection to stay on course. Remember, the world doesn't need another copy of someone else. It needs you. Your unique light. Your unique voice. Your unique contribution. Shining without losing yourself isn't about dimming your light to fit in. It is about finding the courage to turn it up to full blast and trusting that your brightness will attract the right people and opportunities into your life. You have everything you need within you to shine. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this has given you some food for thought and a little bit of courage to embrace your authentic self. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And do you and T forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you do and miss our future conversations. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What one thing you can do this week to honor your authentic self? Let's continue the conversation. Take care and keep shining.